What if I told you that the way you think about shiny hunting odds may very well be wrong? Let's talk about that. This is Retro and Chill, and welcome to the channel where we discuss all things Pokemon. If this is your first time here, make sure you click on that subscribe button so you never miss a video. Like most RPGs, the Pokemon series uses RNG mechanics quite a bit. It uses them in your usual places such as hits and criticals, but it also is used in capturing Pokemon and encountering shinies, both of which are huge factors in gameplay, particularly in respect to team building. In fact, there are entire communities based solely around the idea of capturing shiny Pokemon. However, both of these mechanics are prone to a key error in perception of odds. But without further ado, let us discuss what that error is exactly. You may have heard the term gambler's fallacy before. So what this is it's the perception that because a random event has not happened recently, it is more likely to happen in the future. I'm going to illustrate this using a pretty straightforward example. Say you have a coin. That coin has two sides, heads or tails, both of which have an equal chance of happening. So the chance that the coin lands on heads is 1 in 2. So say I toss this coin 7 times, each time it lands on heads. What would you predict the coin would land on the 8th throw? Did you pick tails? Because that's what the gambler's fallacy would state. Even though the coin theoretically should land on heads and tails an equal number of times, the fact that it has only landed on heads makes you more likely to believe that it's going to land on tails on the next throw. However, the odds of it landing on tails are still 1 in 2, and it is still equally likely to land on heads one last time. This largely comes out of the misunderstanding of a concept known as the law of large numbers. That states that if a random event is performed many times, like into the thousands or tens of thousands, the number of each outcome that occurs is going to tend towards what you would theoretically expect. So if you were to toss a coin 10 times, you'd expect it to land on heads 5 times. And if you were to toss a coin 1,000 times, it would land on heads 500 times according to the theory. In practice, the 1,000 coin tosses is going to tend much more closely to 500 than the 10 coin tosses are going to tend towards 5. So moving out of a coin toss and into something that you might be more familiar with, let's take catching a Pokemon, for instance. So say you're fighting a legendary Pokemon. You have tossed at this point 50 Ultra Balls, and none of them have succeeded. So you would think that on the 51st throw, well, this is my shot. I am more likely to catch it now. However, as we've mentioned, you're not. Your odds are going to still fundamentally remain the same. So if the odds remain unchanged between throw 1 and throw 51, what does change? Well, what changes is the odds of getting 1 success within 51 throws as opposed to 1 success within 1 throw. You are more likely for one of those 51 individual throws to be a success because you have many more possible permutations that allow that to happen. So to illustrate this example more clearly, we have a legendary Pokemon at full health and we throw a Pokeball at it. The odds of it catching in the current generations is 1.6%. So according to odds calculations, you have a 50% chance of 1 Pokeball succeeding within 44 throws. And you have a 95% chance of one of them succeeding in 190 throws. Similarly, shiny hunting, which is what you probably clicked on this video for, is prone to the exact same phenomenon. Unless you're using some type of chaining method, the odds of running into a shiny Pokemon have not changed because you haven't run into a shiny Pokemon recently. You are not more likely to run into a shiny Pokemon on your 10,000th encounter than you are on your first encounter. The odds are still 1 in 496. However, similarly to the Pokeball throws, within 10,000 encounters, you have a 91% chance of one of those encounters ending up being a shiny Pokemon. And with that, that's basically everything I have. So, was your thinking wrong? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up to let me know that you liked it. In the meantime, however, if you haven't already, I would highly suggest you check out my last video on mechanics that I want to be brought back into the series. This was theoretically a wish list for the DLC. Might be a little too late for some of these, but I still think it was a fun time. I have it linked in the iCard, description, and end screen if you want to check that out. But until next time, guys, peace!